Good morning, this is Jack from Charting Markets, and this is the pre-market webinar for the morning of Wednesday, the 25th of June. My disclaimer, I do this for educational purposes only. I'm here to share my technical analysis with you. I hope you can take some of what I'm doing and learn from it, transfer it to your own charts. I'm not here to issue trading signals. This is a video for paying subscribers of chartingthemarkets.substack.com, and it's published on YouTube after a delay of 24 hours. Okay, look, great. We've seen a decent move up here. We're getting pretty close to the retest of the all-time highs on SPX and the Qs, and I'm expecting to see that. But there is a potential setup here to see a bit of a retracement first. We've got a possible 60-minute sell signal brewing here. If we head up directly today, then we could lose that divergence, but it's not a bad looking sell signal here. We got a possible 60-minute sell signal brewing on NQ, and that's survived the morning so far, but we're pretty close to losing it. We've got a possible 60-minute sell signal brewing on RTY as well. We don't have one on YM, and we don't yet have one on DAX and the STX. And DAX and the STX, you will note, are both still testing the monthly pivots as resistance. Now, I've been leaving as notes on the charts, notes on the emails for a few days here that a sustained break below would be a support break, and at the moment we haven't managed to get back over them. I'd like to see those broken. So we will see how that goes. All right, let's have a look at in terms of a larger low. We don't really have any indication here, but we do have some indication of a possible retracement here. So we will see. All right, looking at the ES chart, we still got a weak 6 minutes, weak RSI 14 sell signal on the daily on ES, SPX, and NDX. I'm not reading a great deal into that. But I'm aware of it. It's so same on SPX. Nice move up to the daily upper band. These have been compressing really for weeks, and it's time for them to expand in a direction, and I think that direction is going to be up. On the hourly chart, no current divergence. On the 15-minute chart, we've got some negative divergence, and we've actually got 15-minute sell signals on the 15-minute RSI 14 and RSI 5, and we may well see that play out in the form of some sort of kind of retracement today. All right, on the Qs, we've still got a weak RSI 14 daily sell signal fixed there, and here we've actually already reached the retest of the all-time high. So that target is done. I was saying on my post yesterday that we were already very close to doing it, and we were close enough that we actually did it. So I'm expecting to see the same on SPX next. Let's go through the others. On the Qs, no negative divergence on the hourly chart. On the 15-minute chart, we've got 15-minute RSI 14 and RSI 5 sell signal fixed. So I am wondering about that retracement. All right, Dia, we saw a nice move up, obviously broken over the back over the daily middle band with confidence, and we have made it back up to the daily upper band. Here, I'm thinking we may well see a retest of the high, the all-time high as well, but I'm thinking obviously it's probably going to take longer. Hourly chart, no negative divergence. 15-minute chart, we again have RSI 14 and RSI 5 sell signals fixed. And really, chances are usually we would see those trying to play out. Okay, looking at IWM. On the daily charts, again, pretty much made it back to the daily upper band, although not quite. Liking the upside. So IWM, we've got weak RSI 14 buy signal fixed on the hourly, and that has now finally made target. So writing that off now. On the 15-minute chart, we've got an RSI 14 sell signal fixed, but unlike the others, we don't have an RSI 5 one as well. We're pretty close to the retest of the short-term high. We've not made that yet. To get back to the all-time high, I think that's at 243.04. That is the furthest away, but here, of course, unlike the others, we've got an inverted head and shoulder pattern. This is the only one where we could have actually had an IHS of appropriate size, but this is looking pretty good. Get over to 215.34. We can start making progress towards that target. If we do make that target, then that comes back to all the targets I was talking about in that post that I referenced for a couple of weeks ago. I'll probably go through those tomorrow or the next day again. But for the moment, obviously, if we're looking at IWM making this target, then obviously the others could go significantly higher. All right, looking at DAX. DAX is testing the daily middle band as resistance, just as it is testing the monthly pivot, and we haven't broken back over that yet. We're still on a weak RSI 14 sell signal. I think this will follow, but at the moment, the US is outperforming Europe, which is basically a first for the year, really, I think. But for the moment, that's what we've got. On Nikkei, we backtested the daily middle band and have gone higher. I'm liking the upside, and as I've been saying for weeks here, if IWM makes that target, we're probably going to see a retest this high here in the 42.4 area. All right. Let's have a look at DX. Okay, DX hasn't quite retested the low. Now, Euro has retested the high, and GBP has retested the high. So I'm thinking this may well retest the low, but we've got a weak 6-minute buy signal fixed here, and we're seeing a little bit of a rally. On ZB, we've now formed a potential double top here. So I'm sorry, I'm just going to mark in the support for that here. I don't know if that's going to play out. As I said, the setup here is basically fairly messy. We've got either a messy bear flag or we've got a messy IHS which is broken up, and really it's one or the other. I don't have a strong lean over which way this is going to go, but looking at the ZN chart at the moment, this is looking like a bear flag, but we need obviously some work on the resistance trend line. If we were to hit this resistance here and reverse directly there, then that would be ideal. We've got a possible weak 6-minute sell signal brewing. All right, looking at CL. We've got a 60-minute buy signal fix, looking for a bit of possible retracement here. We've got a little double bottom here with resistance. Hang on. We've got resistance up here at about the 67.2 area. If we were to see a break above that, that could take us back into a retracement in the 70 area. We got a 60-minute buy signal fix. I mean, on the war front, we do seem to actually have a ceasefire now between Israel and Iran. So, and really, this has given up practically all of its gains. So, is this back to, well, it's not quite back to business as usual, because what we don't have now is a possible bear flag forming. But nonetheless, it's back to business as usual in all other respects. So I think we might see a bit of a rally here for a retracement, but really, in the absence of an active conflict in the Middle East, there's not much reason for this to be going up and sustaining that. HO, we've got a weak 6-minute buy signal fixed on RBOB. We've got a full-sized 6-minute buy signal fixed here, actually. On NG, this is a peach. I wrote in this resistance here at 415, and I was thinking this might be megaphone resistance, and we reached it, overthrew it slightly, and now we're back at testing support. Now the head and shoulder target is slightly below that in the 3.45 area, but it would be okay if it were to see reverse here at the trend line, because the trend line really was the main target. But if the trend line breaks down, then we got a target back down in the 3.3 area. Why is this moving so wildly? Because it's natural gas. It's natural gas does this on a regular basis. So no other particular reason for that. I don't think really the natural gas demand is not really about the Middle East. So we'll see. All right, GC, we've still got a bull flag. It's still broken up, and I'm still expecting a retest of the high, but obviously we're taking a while getting there. SI, double top, which is trying to break down, but so far failing to break down with any confidence towards the target in the 33.7 to 34 area. Bigger picture, I'm looking for a target in about the 39 area. On palladium, could well be an overall bull flag forming. We had this little double top, double bottom, and that made target, but this could be ABC, maybe going to move down into the 1,000 area next. On platinum, could be forming something similar. But no real conviction behind it. HG, this looks like a rising megaphone which is trying to break down. This is not a flag. It is too large, but that kind of fits where I think this is going longer term. Euro, we retested the high here, and we got a potential level top. GBP USD, we retested the high, we got a potential level top. On USD JPY, This has been stronger than the dollar, and this is the reason why the dollar hasn't retested the low yet. So keeping an open mind on what's happening here. We had a weak 60-minute buy signal, and that's now reached target. USD CAD, we got a 60-minute sell signal, and again, that's reached the possible near miss target. Australian dollar, we got a 60-minute sell signal fixed. NZ, we got a week 60-minute sell signal fixed, and looking for a bit of retracement here probably. KC, we've almost reached my support trend line. I've got that in the 305 area, and it's not a bad trend line, so I think that may well hold as and when we get there. This could still be a double bottom, but I was commenting it hadn't hit this trend line yesterday morning, and I'm thinking it's probably going to hit. SB, I'm wondering if this might see a break up early. That's a shame, because currently this is kind of a messy pattern. I might do a bit more work on this over the next couple of days, see if I can get more out of it. But at the moment, this looks an awful lot like a very messy falling megaphone, possibly a falling wedge which is overthrown, is about to break up. But I think this looks as though it's going to be breaking up soon. CC, we're seeing a bit of a rally here. We didn't have a buy signal. Not seeing this as a bottoming pattern forming, so nothing really to suggest that we've got a low here yet. CT, we've broken up from this falling wedge, and we are working on getting over the monthly pivot at the moment. Do we have an IHS forming here? Possibly, but it's a bit messy. But maybe, yeah. No current divergence. Lumber is heading down towards the support here, which I've got currently at about the 601 to 602 area. And I think this is a bear flag falling rising megaphone. So I think as and when this breaks down, which it hasn't yet, I'd be looking for a target, obviously, to retest this low in the 565 area. On wheat, the obvious next trend line target would be down here in about the 542 to 543 area. Thinking we may find support at the monthly pivot though, so waiting to see what happens there. On corn, corn is continuing lower despite the 6-minute buy signal, which has delivered absolutely nothing so far. On soy, we've almost got back to the trend line I drew there too. We've got a possible 60-minute buy signal brewing. But if this is a rising megaphone, then we may well see another bounce within it, but sooner or later this will likely break down. On soybean oil, we've got a 6-minute buy signal fixed, hasn't delivered anything so far really. Lean live cattle, this looks like a bull flag, and lean hogs, possible little double top here. And we'll see how that goes. All right, great. Let's have a look at questions. Hang on, wait a second. Let's look at platinum. Do you see an ascending channel forming? Nothing solid. Maybe. Hang on, let me just have a look at that for you. There's no lines really. There's no decent trend lines really. Not yet. That's why I haven't marked them in. I'll be watching out for them, and we may well get them. Let's have a look at Tesla. Bear with me a moment. Oh, by the way, these are all the I've been charting all the DAOs and for a little project I'm working on. But also it'll give me a better indicator of when things are turning. But these are all the ones I've been doing. But all right, let's have a look at the Magnificent Seven, the ones that aren't in the DAO, because I've grouped all the other ones in it. Okay. Well, for a while this was breaking over the. This was failing at the daily middle band. We've now managed to break over it. The sell signal is obviously long since made target on the RSI 5. We're still open on the RSI 14. Got to say, in the context of what we're looking at overall, I haven't got anything suggesting that we're going to see a breakdown here yet. If we see a retest this high here, I wouldn't be assuming that this is the second high of double top. I'd be wondering about it going higher. And if we did go higher, hang on, wait a second. If we did go higher, then we might well have evolved into a larger pattern. So bear with me a moment. So we'd be looking at the support trend line here. Does that actually give us a channel of any kind? I don't think it does. The obvious trend line target, if we go higher, would be here. I don't particularly rate Tesla's chances over the next few months and years, really. I think a lot of damage has been done, and this is wildly overvalued. But we could see a move which, with where the obvious resistance would be up in about the 405, 410 area. We'll see how that goes. But you can see this resistance trend line is a pretty good one. We could head for it again. So we will see. All right, great. Well, my pleasure as always, guys. Everyone take care, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow morning. All right, take care.